Hi, my name is Kara Day. Welcome to Daychild. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 4 additional behavior-specific modification strategies. In the first video, I shared the punch card as well as how to have a pre-meeting, which helps to ensure success with behavior-specific modification strategies. So let's get started with the second strategy. The second strategy is a behavior-specific star chart. This strategy can be used to track a behavior over a specific length of time. The length of time is determined by your child as well as the behavior itself. An example of when you might use a behavior-specific star chart is when your child is being bossy, negative, is complaining a lot, or is crying unnecessarily or excessively, or at inappropriate times. It would also work for many of the behaviors on the list presented in the first part of this video series. For this strategy, just like all the other behavior-specific modification strategies, you want to start with a pre-meeting, which was shared in the premium portion of the first video. In order to implement this strategy, you want to think about your child and think, how often will they need to see a sticker in order to be motivated? For a child who can easily delay gratification or who's a bit older, 1 sticker per day is good. For a younger child, a morning, afternoon, and evening start may provide the needed motivation. For a younger child or a child who has trouble delaying gratification, an hourly sticker may do the trick. Use the least frequency required to provide the motivation needed. A PDF of all 3 behavior-specific star chart formats is available in a link below this video. Here's an example of how to start, post, and complete a behavior-specific star chart. First, begin by printing the chart. Then fill out your child's name and the behavior they are working toward. State it in a positive way. For example, instead of saying, "Stop lying," you would want to write, "Tell the truth." Post the star chart on the refrigerator or other appropriate location. If you've implemented the choice chart, you can post your behavior-specific star chart right next to that. Give your child a sticker for each time increment, whether day, half day, or hourly, for which he or she displays the desired behavior or doesn't display the undesirable behavior, depending on how you have set it up. During the pre-meeting, you will have determined at what interval they will receive their reward, as well as what it is. At the end of the earning period, give the reward. The behavior-specific star chart falls away as soon as the new behavior becomes your child's norm. If you've had an effective pre-meeting, you shouldn't have to bring the star chart back. But sometimes you might need to, and that's okay. After all, kids are here to learn with you as their loving, patient guide. Okay, so let's move on to the next strategy. This strategy is called a token system. It's called a token system because your child receives an item that represents or is a token of the fact that they made a certain behavior choice. One way to implement a token system is to get a large jar or a coffee can, and you don't need the lid. Get marbles, a bag of small rocks, those smooth craft rocks, or a big bag of pennies. Every time you see the desired behavior or an absence of the undesired behavior, you drop a token into the jar or can. When your child hears the clinking sound, you have added an auditory component to the behavior modification strategy, which makes it more powerful. If the behavior still applies when you're out and about, just say, "You just earned a token," wherever you are, and then when you get home, make sure that you put a token in the jar. You can let your child do the dropping, or you can decide that you are the official dropper. Either way is okay, but if you decide to be the dropper, just make sure that your child is there to watch you and to hear the clinking sound. When the jar is full, or when the tokens reach a designated mark that you have made on the side of the jar, they receive their reward. This is an important mark because, again, it determines when they get the reward. If you want your child to get a reward every day, you will want to use a very small jar. If you want them to wait 30 days to receive their reward because you think that's about how long it will take for them to modify the habit, then you need to get a bigger jar. One part of this system that really needs to be thought through before you start is at what pace will you give the tokens. You don't want to start off in the beginning giving too many tokens and then having to pull back. It's my recommendation to start slow instead of overdoing it. You can always add more tokens or take some out when they're sleeping if you mess up. Sometimes people ask, should I take tokens out of the jar when my child displays the undesirable behavior? Usually in a token system, you don't take tokens out of the jar, even if your child displays the undesirable behavior. But I do know teachers and parents who've done it that way with great success. Like with everything, think about your unique situation and make it work for you. Here are some examples of how you might describe for your child exactly when they will receive a token. For nail biting, you might say, for every hour that you do not put your fingers in your mouth, you will earn a token. For complaining, you might say, each time there is an opportunity where you might have usually complained but chose not to, you will earn a token. For asking too many questions, you might say, for every hour that you ask what I decide is an appropriate number of questions, you will earn a token. Notice that my language is choice-oriented, and notice that the power is with the child. They earn tokens. It's not me giving them a token, it's them earning a token. This may seem like a subtle difference, but you will see through all of our videos that it is precisely these small, subtle differences in language and communication that distinguish excellent parenting from the rest. Thank you for watching. The premium portion of this video includes 2 more of my favorite strategies for shaping a child's behavior through love and awareness. One of the strategies is ideal for boomshkins aged 3 to 7, while the other one is perfect for kids age 8 to adult. Thank you for watching this video and for being a premium member. If you like this video series, please tell your friends. Your support really helps in the production of these videos, so thanks again. Bye!